Gemini and Gemini risings, welcome. This week for you is the I will wait no longer week. We are starting the week of July 6th, and that desire for action you've been harboring inside is hitting the ceiling. It's a week where you really want to speed up your life, make new decisions, not stay put, and try to keep up with several things at once. What is important here is this week you aren't just taking action, you are finally hearing yourself again. At the beginning of the week, your environment, friends, groups, teams, plans, invitations, dreams, and goals are a bit more at the forefront. You might have an important conversation with a friend. You might question your own place within a group. Can I truly appear here as I want to be? Can I act the way I want to? Can I live as my inner self dictates? You might have such questions. There could be some clarity in a friendship. Who is really by your side? Who is really just taking up space around you? You may see these things very clearly. If you have a planned project or work related to social media, there could also be activity regarding organizations or your future goals. You might start to think more seriously about something that has been on your mind for a long time. For example, an idea comes to you where you say, I can do this. I can handle this. I can do this very well. Connecting with people, expressing yourself, being visible, speaking, writing, and sharing can open beautiful doors for you this week. This week, your energy might also have an effect where it turns inward a little bit, Mia. I mean, this. You talked, you had fun, you went out. How are you when you are with people? You might want to stop suddenly and look inside yourself. You may notice things you have been covering up. For example, hidden fatigue. Because your body has been moving so fast, your soul has stayed a bit behind. Maybe you talk to everyone, but while responding to everyone and trying to catch up with every task, a voice inside seems to be rising, saying, I'm going to stop for a bit. You need to see that side a little bit this week. Your sleep dreams, that state of internal thinking, and the desire to try to solve things on your own may increase a little. By the way, money matters are also one of the most important topics of this week. Income expenditure balance, debts and receivables, prices, earnings, whether you are getting the return on your own effort, the value of the work you do, a payment or an expense may come to the agenda. Especially if there is a money topic that was not about before but left unfinished, it could be opened up again. It could be an old payment, forgotten debt, a delayed sum of money or news you have been waiting for. These may come before you again. But I am not just talking about physical money here. I am talking about something related to your self-worth. You are putting things out there. You are truly giving of yourself, your effort, your time, your love, your emotion, your money, whatever it is. Are you receiving the equivalent of it here? You may begin to see the value you place on yourself clearly. The people across from you value you. Yes, but how much of this value do you determine yourself? You will see this. You must first realize your own value. You've really, perhaps regarding yourself, said, okay, we'll do it. Okay, let me come. Okay, I'll pay for this too. Sure, I'll do that for you instead. Again and again. I'm not talking about helping. Look, there is a fine line. We all make sacrifices for our loved ones. But if there's a point where it becomes a constant state of sacrifice, you need to recognize it. Does this take you to a point where you might be devaluing yourself? Because everyone you deal with might not be like you. Just because you made sacrifices for them, they might not think, look how much they are sacrificing for me. They might not say, I should do something for them too. They might say, oh, they did this, they're doing that too. They did this, let them do that too. They might say, what's the big deal? Later on, they might devalue what you've done. That's why you need to be careful in these areas. By the way, regarding money, you are thinking about finances on one hand. On the other, future issues. What matters your body and the questioning of who's, what do I want now? All of these can manifest at the same time. You need to be careful about sudden reactions in your relationships, because a single sentence can trigger you more than you might think. You might react very quickly. Then you might say, why did I do that? Your tongue is sharp, effective, and quick, but that same tongue could have opened the door. It could have unnecessarily led to tension, especially regarding your close circle. Your siblings, relatives, neighbors, there is a lot of communication influence with people you see often, babe. It is important to be careful when talking to them. Actually, it might not be a spontaneous reaction. This is something you have stored inside, or even if you haven't, you might have associated it with a past event and act accordingly. For example, in the past, you might have responded to a message with excessive sacrifice. You have already coded it within yourself as something like, okay, I will no longer be overly sacrificial. An issue comes your way. The part about they wouldn't do this in the past. Kicks in, but people are different afterwards. Why did I do something like that out of the blue? You might find yourself wondering why you reacted that way. I don't know if I can explain what's inside me, but I am trying to say that the action you gave might actually be related to your past. Visibility regarding work is increasing. You may want to put yourself out there more. For example, if you're looking for a job, it's a good week for going to interviews, applying, and speeding up a project. And there may be many ideas in your mind. There might be a desire inside you like, let me do this, let me write this, let me talk about that, let me change this. But it's very hard to do everything at once. Therefore, the real issue this week will not be losing your speed, but managing your speed. Because you have a strong potential. It's just a process where you need to channel your energy to the right place. If you can manage this well, it will actually be very, very good for you. Your career, your family, and here your home and household. The balance between these will also be important. So, on one hand, your work is very important. You want to speed things up somewhere. You want to express yourself, but that and peace within your home is just as important. Like, should I focus on my own path or focus on my domestic matters? If any inner feeling like, how can I proceed? This way might arise. It may affect your business plans. For example, your responsibilities at home, things you need to do, responsibilities related to your home order. Therefore, regarding these, like, what do I need to do? Where do I belong? Should I stay at work? Should I return home? Should I turn to another path? Should I set boundaries with my home, my family? How can I manage all of these in balance? The questioning of, oh, how should I proceed here might occupy your mind a little bit. Bringing these into balance is very, very important for you. Now, on the health side, since your body will be working very fast, situations like nervous system issues, insomnia, tension, cramps, or contractions may occur. Like, I think life wants you to slow down a little bit here. I mean, not like laziness for your body, but rather not wasting your energy, staying away from spending energy on unnecessary things. There, you're actually putting yourself back on stage, dear Gemini. But this stage is not so much about attracting attention or being seen from the outside, but more like a stage of not postponing yourself anymore. You may have held yourself back too much thinking about what others might say, who understands what and how, who gets offended or hurt, or what others might think. Now that curtain is finally opening a little bit for you. So it's like a time when you present your own thoughts. You have the chance to move forward, not just with speed, but with awareness. You can get support from those around you during a conversation. A sense of courage might come. The money issue may become clear. If there are real things related to relationships or friendships, they may also emerge. A message or a phone call can bring new beginnings for you. Like this week, you might feel this very clearly. You are no longer afraid to express yourself, and you also know that you don't have to exhaust yourself while explaining yourself. Your voice is valuable, your opinion is valuable, you are valuable. You don't have to keep up with everyone. You want to enjoy life in a sweet way. Thank you for listening to me. If you like the video, subscribe and leave a comment. You would make me very happy. See you in the next video. Goodbye.